Bryce, the passing game has obviously been inconsistent throughout the year. You guys have had some pretty big highs and some low lows. Why do you think you guys have struggled to kind of maintain the momentum in the passing game from week to week?
Yeah, it just boils down to execution. Obviously, it goes week to week. You know, you got to be able to turn the page, whether it be good or bad. And we have all the guys in there with the right mindset. It's just execution. I think first just growing that identity. All of us, especially as a younger unit. But now everyone's pros. Everyone's embraced it. There's no excuse for us not to be consistent. So that's a challenge for us. At the end of the day, we want to do whatever it takes to win. Obviously, pass game helps out the run game, helps out the explosives, helps out the team. So we're working to be more consistent there.
I know a lot is made of like the multiple different iterations of the offensive line, but they're blocking pretty well.
For sure.
Do you feel like there is a strength in being able to not only have that depth, but also most of those guys are familiar with, you've played with them for multiple years. Like, is that helping with your mobility and your anticipation?
100%. It's a huge luxury having the line that we've had, like you said, with so many different lineups. Everyone's kind of came in and not missed a beat. That speaks to the culture of the room, to the coaches, to everyone. And for me, it gives me a ton of comfortability. I'm super grateful for the unit we have.
A lot of rollouts called to you, and I know the plus and minuses on that. Do you feel like that allows you to get comfortable in the passing game, or do you feel more comfortable if you were just in shotgun and were able to gun it from there?
No, I feel comfortable with whatever coach calls. Obviously, I trust him to be balanced, to call the game how he sees fit. Whatever it is week to week that he feels like is necessary, it's on me to execute. I feel comfortable doing it, there's no excuses there. For me, no matter what it is, I pride myself in being able to execute that we do as offense. So that's always a mindset.
Enrico put an emoji out Tuesday with a kind of confused look. He only had 6 carries. As you and he talked about that, and how did that how did that go if you did?
Not about that specifically, but Rico's a competitor. Obviously, he wants to win. We always want to win. Didn't get that done. So we all have competitive spirit. We all have that stuff. We talk about the game and the game plan, the stuff that's in house. What we do under this building. That'll be the focus.
When you're looking at your evaluating your own play as you go through and watch the play, are you seeing opportunities where maybe you could run more, or no, or what do you think?
I'm just taking things, play by play. We talk about getting through progressions. When one's open, throwing a number one. Obviously, coaches put plays in with a 1, a 2, a 3, or 4. My job is to get through all that when I can. And when there's times to run, when the play breaks down, when we're above the time clock, then that's what it is. But again, every game is different. Every play is different. Regardless of running and passing, you can't predetermine either one. You have to make whatever is the right decision for the team. So the goal is to be as efficient in doing that as possible.
When you do film study after the games, are you ever really surprised by what you see, or are you able to go from play to play and kind of analyze each play after, like on the sideline, or is it once you look at the film in totality, do you ever come away with anything different than what you might have seen, drive to drive?
Yeah, of course. Whenever you're able to watch after the game, you're able to watch the full, the full picture. Obviously, you can't see everything on the field, and then you don't see what happened on the backside when the ball's already let go. Things like that. That information you take in. Then on the sideline, you get the pictures. So obviously, you don't get the full after whatever it cuts off in. So there's always takeaways you get to learn from watching the film after.
Right, you guys have been in several situations this year where you've bounced back with big performances after tough games. Is it just human nature to be a little more focused, a little sharper in those situations?
I wouldn't say so. We pride ourselves in not looking at the week before and turning the page and focusing week to week. We don't look at it as an advantage, a disadvantage, anything like that. We're 0-0. That's how we look at it as. We have a great opportunity against a really good team we have a ton of respect for this week. So right now we're just doing everything we can during the week to give ourselves the best chance to be successful.
What has made the Rams so successful?
Obviously, watching the defensive side, studying that, it's a lot of things. How hard they play, how physical they are up front. It's a It's a really good group. They play with a lot of physicality. High motors, guys that you could tell understand the system, have a lot of dog up front. So with stopping the run, getting after the passer, they do a really good job. At the second level, they communicate really well. They do a great job orchestrating things with play recognition, run and pass. And then, a really good group in the back end as well. Great job, pattern matching, very, very smart guys back there. They go and get after the ball, and then do a great job mixing in coverages, mixing in blitzes, giving us, having scheme that, obviously from the protection side and run side, we have to spend time scheming up and having looks for. So, it's a myriad of things. Again, it's a really good group, really good unit. For us, it's a great opportunity to go up against a great unit, work on our execution. So we're excited for the opportunity.
I'm just curious, if you had to quantify it, like how much tape do you watch in a week?
Yeah, I don't know about hours, but just stay after for however long. It's, again, I don't go for a time. I have like a set routine of the things that I want to get watched. Just a couple games a day with the cut-ups, stay ahead of what day it is, watching games through different lenses, and then a couple of other miscellaneous cut-ups that I just watch at different times as a routine. So, again, honestly, to be honest, it depends on how focused I am. I take a lot. It gets, obviously, throughout the year, it's a lot. So I'm always listening to something. If I feel like I want a break, I take that. It's more just I have a set amount of things I need to watch versus how long it takes.
How do you then decompress during the week? Like, what's something, like, I know you play video games, you watch basketball, but, like, is there something that you specifically do to, like, have it like a happy place sort of during the week?
Yeah, I really just I just leave everything here. I'll stay. I watch film and do all that stuff here for however long I need to, and then like the moment I'm done with that last thing for the day, when I leave, I'm not thinking about the game plan. I think about football. You have your little exceptions every once in a while, but when I'm here, I'm the cue. I'm doing whatever it takes for a team, and then when I leave night to night, then I'm just myself away from football.
Wednesday was his day. He'd come in and go grab some Thai food, come in here, eat the same thing every week, and be here like 11 o'clock at night. Have you got like a routine like that? And what's the latest you've stayed here?
Yeah, I have a routine. For every day. I couldn't tell you the latest I've stayed. But again, honestly, it all boils down to how focused I am as far as getting things done without a break. Some days I just don't take a break and watch everything I need to watch. Some days I'll push it back and I'll procrastinate, or if I have something to do in the training room, I'll do that first. So again, it's the same amount of stuff getting watched. The time varies, just depends on the day.
Best pass rush team you faced this year, and why?
It's hard to compare, but again, just from this week, yeah, it's a great unit. Individually, they do a great job creating one-on-ones, winning those one-on-ones. They do a great job scheme-wise. It's rare in this league. I don't want to say rare, but it's always it's always, you give a lot of credit when you see people are able to create pressures and sacks off both scheme and one-on-one wins, and they're able to do that. They've been able to do that all year. So again, we have a ton of respect for this unit. It'll be a great challenge for us.
Circle back on something you mentioned before about leaving it all here. When did you grow to appreciate the value of being able to have that cutoff point for yourself?
Yeah, that's something that I started in college, and it was just something that was really helpful for me. I've really appreciated it since then. It kind of allows me to just, again, be my all here, kind of have that line in the sand, and then decompress. Make sure that, I try not to let it overflow, give myself time to be human, know what to expect from a day-to-day basis. So, yeah, it's been helpful.
Right, so you look at like Stafford, he's had an incredible season. He's 27 straight touchdown passes, Mike was saying, without interception, 30 touchdowns on the year. I'm curious, during the year, do you ever have a chance to look at what other quarterbacks are doing? I know you got all your preparation you have to do, so probably limited time. But do you have any chance to look at what other quarterbacks are doing, or is that mostly saved for after the season?
Yeah, it depends on. So I've watched a lot of Stafford just because we played the NFC West. So we a lot of similar opponents, and yeah, I mean he's been balling, and not like that's new. He's an amazing quarterback for the duration of his career, he's been elite for a really, really long time. So yeah, I've been able to watch a ton of games because of that. Have a ton of respect for him, for the way he plays, for everything about him. So yeah, I have a ton of respect for him.
Last one, guys.
Understanding how prolific that offense has been this season, and the defense is missing some pieces potentially on Sunday. How much, maybe pressure isn't the right word, but urgency is there to make sure that you're controlling the ball and moving the ball and score? I mean, obviously that's the goal every possession. But
Yeah, no, it's no added pressure. One, we have faith in our defense. We trust in them. We believe in them. Obviously, we respect them as an offense, as a defense, as a team. But always trust my guys, and then I trust on coach for that. We don't go in saying, hey, this is going to be a slow game, or this is going to be, we're going to run as many plays as possible. That's not how it is. We put in plays. Obviously, we trust coach to kind of read the game, read how he feels like it should go. He has great discernment when it comes to that stuff. So for whatever game it ends up being, we're prepared for whatever it is. We're always going to be have an attacking mindset, attacking mentality on offense. That's one of our pillars. And then obviously for us as an offense, when coach has certain calls in, situational stuff, we know what it means. So whatever it is, we're going to trust coach with that.
Bryce, do you have memories of the Rams coming back to LA when you were in high school?
Yeah, I was younger. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, high school probably is about the time. Yeah, it was a while without a team in LA.
Can I follow you on one question on Stafford? I mean, he went through a lot of hard times over his career. We played for a team that wasn't complete, and he really didn't get to show all he could do till he got to the Rams. What do you take from that and what's that experience he's been through?
Not really something that I've personally thought about a lot. Just again, I'm not a big comparer of others. I just try to run my own race. Again, big fan of Stafford and everything he's been throughout his entire career. A ton of respect for him. Again, not just from this season, but since I've gotten to the league, I've been able to watch a lot of film of his, and again, have a ton of respect for him. Me personally, I'm just kind of a run my own race type of person. Thanks, Bryce. I appreciate you guys.